In this video, I want to look at using Minitab to create a frequency distribution or to look at data um, grouped in a grouped setting. So I've got here a set of data. They're from a course I've taught in the past, and I'm looking at the data here. I'll try to stretch it so we can see a little bit more of the data. Now, I'm going to look at column C16 here from 2017-18. This was a mid-year exam, and I see the grades of 81.5, 63.5, and so on. And let's suppose that I want to recode those as an A, B, C, D, and so on. What I can do is I can recode those by going to data, recode, and then what do I want to code this to? I can recode it to text if I want the grades to be A, B, C, D, or such. So the values I want to recode are C16. I can choose my method here. Ranges of values, individual values, like individual values, I can make a 68.0 Steve. I can make a 62.0, 19 or something. I'm going to do ranges of value. Now my lower endpoint, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this, I'm going to have Minitab recode every score from 90 to 100 as an A. Then I'm going to go from 80 to 90. Now, Minitab understands everything up to but not including the 90. So 90 is not overlapping here. B. And then everything from a 70 to an 80, I'm going to classify that as a C. Everything from a 60 to a 70, I'm going to classify that as a D. And then everything from 0 to 60, I'm just going to classify that as an F. And I'm doing this with grades. This would work no matter what type of data you're using. You just set the endpoints of the range and then what value you want it to be called. Okay. Now notice my endpoints are to include the lower endpoint only. So this is 90 up to but not including 100, 80 but up to but not including the 90, and so on. And then where do I want these data recorded? I don't want it at the end of the worksheet. I want to put the data here into C17. So I'm going to put it in a specified column, and I'm going to say put it in column C17. Okay. And notice B, D, F, so those scores were converted. Also, we have here the summary table. Okay. If I go back to data, recode to text where we just were, notice right here, show summary table. That is clicked. That's why we got the summary table. And this would be my histogram. Okay, so there's a histogram. Now, if I had gone to data, recode to numeric, same column, okay. Notice it's telling me the minimum is a 58, the maximum is a 94. I could recode, and what I could do is I could recode this 90 to 100, and what I want to call this is 90 to 100. Nope, that's not going to do that. That's going to want a single number, so I can't do that. So I might call those 95. Okay, everything 80 to 90, I might call that an 85. Everything from 70 to 80, I could call that a 75. 60 to 70, I can call that a 65, and everything from 0 to a 60, I could call that, say, a 50. Okay, and let's put those values into C18. So I want them in a specified column, and let's just dump those into C18, and now I've given those a numeric value. Okay, and that's what I call them. Preferably, I prefer the letter grades. Okay, now one more thing I'm going to say is, what if I want not B, but I want this column C17 to have said 90-100, 80-90. I could do the recode to text, and instead of labeling this as an A, I could have labeled that as a 90 to 100. And instead of writing B here, I could have done 80 to 89. Now maybe I'll do 80 to 89 because a lot of people think, well, the 90 is going to overlap. Notice I can call it 80 to 89, but it's still, the upper endpoint is still 90, so that won't change anything there. And let's go 70 to 79. Don't want that. Let's go then 60 to 69, and then 0 to 59. And if I do that and click OK, now notice it changed the B from 80 to 89, and it also changed my recoded value to a range there. So I can construct a frequency distribution. I can recode the data, creating or using Minitab to create those recoded values for me and the frequency table.